Hey everyone, this is Sage Dudley. I know I've been thinking long and hard about this for a while, but after my husband Sam Dudley, aka Saki Branton, made a video about it, I honestly think that it's my turn to come forward. A few days ago, we found out that through Equestria Daily, they had reported about ToonKriticY2K being involved in erotic roleplay with a 14-year-old girl from the Philippines. And this had been going on for nearly a year. The call had been leaked, even though the people in the group were going to make public statements about it. And things have just been snowballing out of control in the Brony community. Several of the victims have been coming forward, revealing things that he had been doing to them. And like in my husband's video, both him and I knew Zack back in 2011, a little bit after we got married. And I know some of the things that he did to us weren't as large as the victims that have come forward, but I wanted to say my piece about it. Whenever I met Zack through Will and Joey, whenever my husband was introduced to them as well, I honestly thought that they were really cool people, because I knew them before they got big in the Brony and analysis community. Although, for me, it was a lot harder. Because for a while I could tell that Zack would do things that were a lot different than some of the others. He seemed a lot more cold and manipulative. And whenever I would try to bring it up with any of the others, he would just blow it off and act like nothing happened. I know my husband in his video explained one of the things that he did while in the group, because he was just sick and tired of people acting like this. And I've done some things in the group as well that caused me to get kicked out also. And I remember at one point, I don't remember exactly when the year or what I said was, I essentially screamed at Zack. And he apparently recorded the call behind my back. And he didn't reveal that until after the fact that Sam and I were kicked out of the group, and that he was debating on uploading it to his YouTube channel to show what kind of person I was, but he didn't want to do that because he didn't want to, quote, stoop to our level. And on the day that my grandfather passed away, which was in November of 2012, we were in a live stream and I got the call that he had passed away. Of course, I was honestly distraught and upset, and I know Will, Joey, and some of the others were trying to help calm me down, but Zack, when we took that break, he went AFK. And then when he came back and we started the live stream up again, he barely had any emotion in his voice when he mentioned to the viewers of the live stream to leave their thoughts and prayers for what happened. And then he suddenly turned around and said, "Anyway, what were we talking about?" That honestly crushed my heart. But I never brought it up to them, because I was afraid of what they would say, how they would react. And to add to the fact that he would talk about me behind my back and then have others relay what he had said to them to me instead of saying it saying it face to face, so to speak. That was just still showing what kind of person he was. And then a few times on the day that we were kicked out of the group, which was sometime in early 2013, which was in February, after we were kicked out, he sent me a Skype message telling me to grow up and leave my life, woman-child. Not theirs, not the rest of the group's. My life. His life. And ever since then, he had done things to make me look like a bad person. I recently remembered a incident where I sent a note to one of Will's girlfriends at the time, I think it was a few years ago, apologizing. I don't really remember exactly what I said. But then later on, a friend of mine let me know that Zack had sent her a note that I had apparently sent, but it was full of things that I honestly wouldn't have said at the time. Sadly, I don't have any of the evidence now, but part of me felt like someone manipulated that note through somehow altering the image or something to make me feel like a bad person. And part of me felt like Zack must have done it. But I'm not entirely sure. I'm honestly trying to not really point fingers at anyone. And I've been trying really hard to try and get this out to others, but because of his hold on some of the others, they didn't want to think that Sam and I existed anymore. I really feel bad for the victims that have come forward and exposed Zack for what he did. And I hope and pray that they can get through this one way or another. But this is also a message to some of those that I used to know. I honestly regret what I said all those years ago. And I regret anything that I might have said the years going forward. And I'm sorry. I'm openly admitting that. And I honestly hope that Zack might be able to get some of the help that he needs. I'm honestly still in shock about it. I hope everyone in the Brony community can come together and love and respect one another, just like how My Little Pony is showing. And I'll always remember some of the good times that we used to have. Thank you for listening. God bless. Bless.